Yo, what's good, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to the channel, guys. We have some more breaking news, notes, highlights, observations from yet another day here in Kansas City for the Chiefs practice. Another day of training camp, and things are really starting to get ramped up here. But preseason is just a few days away from starting, and I'm personally getting so excited to see how these young guys play, especially a guy like Deneric Prince and Trent McDuffie, if Trent McDuffie does play at all. But these guys have been really stepping up in camp, really looking good. So I'm looking forward to seeing their first opportunity at real-time action in a preseason game against, different opponents. Now, before we get into the video, before I tell you everything about what happened in this specific practice, make sure you guys do me a favor and smash that like button just so we can get this video out to more, Chiefs fans around the world. But also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the family. I will be covering the entirety of the offseason, which includes training camp, preseason, regular season, signings, trades, everything you could think of. I've got you guys covered, as well as I will be live streaming some Chiefs games throughout the season. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure you guys join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we post a video and every time we go live for a game. But without any further ado, let's get into the video. Now, like I said, Trent McDuffie, but as well, Skyy Moore have been absolutely going at it at camp, and they are having such a good battle so far. It looks like Skyy Moore, from the outside looking in, Skyy Moore is about to have an unbelievable season. I mean, he is doing whatever he can to get open, and right there makes a big play down left sideline for what would have been a touchdown, would have been like a 70-yard touchdown, 80-yard touchdown. Unbelievable play by Skyy Moore. And, Patrick Mahomes, as we see it again here, just keeps finding him early and often. Now, obviously, Kadarius Toney is out with an injury, but Skyy Moore is a guy who they had so much faith in going into last season. Didn't really look amazing, kind of held back from Juju and Mecole and MVS and some of the other guys that were there, Kadarius Toney. So he didn't really get too much playing time. However, with that being said, with those guys gone, with Toney injured, with Juju in New England, with Mecole Hardman in New York, Skyy Moore has been the guy who has been breaking out so far in camp. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is looking for him, like I said, early and often, making big-time plays. Not only is he lining up in the backfield at times, but he's lining up in the slot, on the outside, getting big-time plays down the sideline. And then Trent McDuffie has done a good job with him. As we see here, Skyy Moore on a double move goes down the sideline, and there you go. Trent McDuffie makes a big play on that possession. So those two have been having a great camp against each other thus far, and we're probably only going to continue to see that over the next few days. But these two guys are, they're battling, but they also respect each other's games. And Trent McDuffie was actually quoted saying that he loves the competition. He loves going up against Skyy Moore because of the fact that Skyy Moore is going to give it his all on every single possession, and he's going to see his best route on pretty much every single play. So he actually loves the fact that he gets to go up against a guy like Skyy Moore, who's, doing whatever it takes to make sure that he's going to be, a contributor on this team going into next season. Now, although those two have been really good, there's been some other guys who have been good as well, including cornerback Nick Jones. He intercepted a pass going against Justin Ross during practice. We also thought that, or camp thought and media thought that Justin Watson had a good session. He's been a better route runner as of late, so that is definitely something to note. The whole defense has been getting more improved, getting better over time. The offense has been winning a lot of the battles so far, but the defense is really starting to step up here with some of the guys like Justin Reed, L'Jarius Sneed, and Trent McDuffie. These guys are really working hard, and Joshua Williams has been a guy standing out. And like I said, Boye Doe has been a guy who's been looking really good. So the defense is really starting to pick it up here as of late. And we also have, some of the young guys as well in terms of Felix Uzama. He's continuing to see reps with the first team, so we'll see if he ends up getting a first team reps during the preseason. I think he should. He's a rookie, first round draft pick. I think they're going to use him a lot in preseason, so we'll see how that happens. But overall, a good practice here for the Chiefs as they head into the start of preseason, which that's when things will get a lot more interesting. Now, for me, I'm excited to see a bunch of these young guys. Hopefully, we get to see a little bit of Skyy Moore, but if not, I'm excited to see Justin Ross, Rashee Rice are two guys that I'm really intrigued in seeing during the preseason. I think those guys can do good. Probably, obviously, won't see Patrick Mahomes during the first week of preseason, but you will be able to see a guy like Shane Buechele or Blaine Gabbert probably play a little bit as well. And then Deneric Prince. Oh, dude, I'm excited for Deneric Prince. This is a guy who, undrafted free agent who could be the second running back on this team, on this depth chart. So I'm excited to see what Deneric Prince can bring in the preseason. As we know, when Isaiah Pacheco last season got some playing time during the preseason, the man looked absolutely incredible. And I'm kind of expecting maybe not similar things from Deneric Prince, but I'm definitely expecting him to look good with the ball in his hands, coming out the backfield and playing as a receiver as well. I think he can really take command of being the number 2 running back on this team if he can beat Jerick McKinnon and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But right now, I definitely think he has the upper hand on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But overall, let me know in the comment section down below, who are you most excited to see throughout the preseason, whether it be a rookie, a second-year player, a veteran. Who are you most excited to see going forward? Make sure you guys also do me a favor by hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, making sure that you're notified every time we go live for a game and posting a video. But also, make sure you guys check out today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. If you guys, like playing fantasy football at all, make sure you guys check that out. You guys can go through, drafts with me every single week. Every Sunday, we'll do a draft, and you don't have to set your lineup. You don't have to go through, the start sit decision. They'll do it all for you. They'll play your best players every single week. So it makes it so much more fun and less stressful. So make sure you guys check that out. Use my promo code, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.